Chapter 1751. Jeremiah smiled and greeted, "What would you like to eat? Order anything you want." The hotel manager personally came over, handed them the salad menu, and personally poured coffee for them. Benjamin lowered his eyes to look at the salad menu, ordered a few salads, and passed it to Kingsley. As Commander Hoffman done with his work, Benjamin finally looked at Jeremiah. "Yeah, I came early in the morning, finished my work and came straight here, with someone else." Benjamin's eyebrows raised slightly when he heard Jeremiah's words. He thought the person was Justin, but it turned out to be the leader of the military district. The person happened to come out of the restroom in the private room and greeted Benjamin when he saw him. "Mr. Graham, you're here. Commander Jordan." Benjamin stood up, shook hands with the other person. "Sit down." Quentin Jordan smiled and gestured for him to sit, sitting between him and Jeremiah. "I came to join for a meal, hope you don't mind." This meal was paid for by Commander Hoffman. If Commander Jordan says so, I dare not refuse. "Ha ha." Quentin Jordan looked at Benjamin and then turned to Jeremiah. Businessmen really talk differently. Benjamin's eyes flashed, but he didn't respond. The atmosphere was a bit strange. "Have some coffee." Jeremiah glanced at Quentin Jordan, then looked at Benjamin. "Benjamin, don't feel pressured, let's just enjoy the food today." "Okay." Benjamin didn't care about what Jeremiah wanted to do. He didn't say much, just played with his coffee cup. Kingsley looked at them and smiled. "Commander Hoffman, the business here seems to be doing well. It was quite lively when I came over just now. They rarely came here to eat pasta. After all, their relationship was not that close. Eating pasta at Jeremiah's hotel was not as good as going to Benjamin's hotel. It's quite lively today, it seems like there's a banquet going on." Jeremiah nodded, he had noticed it when he came in. "Commander Hoffman, the name of your hotel is quite nice. Did you come up with it yourself, or does it have a special meaning?" Kingsley, this fool, wasn't afraid of making Jeremiah angry and asked his inner doubts. Jeremiah was taken aback for a moment, then smiled. "I came up with the name myself, it doesn't really have any special meaning." Jeremiah lowered his eyes and tasted the coffee stew. "The name is a bit special, could it be a combination of your and Lucinda's names?" Quentin Jordan looked at Jeremiah. They were both military men, so it wasn't strange for them to know each other. Benjamin glanced at them lightly, put down his coffee cup, and knocked on the table. The hotel manager immediately refilled his cup. "Sort of." Jeremiah was a little embarrassed. Kingsley's eyes widened as he laughed. "This Lucinda wouldn't happen to be the same Lucinda mentioned by Chief Zabel, right? You all know each other." Lucinda, and Chief Zabel were all classmates at university. Jeremiah didn't hide it. Coming over here today was also related to this matter. "Old Jordan, fellow alumni." Kingsley nodded, understanding. "Commander Jordan, have you also met Senior Lucinda?" "I have. Lucinda was the campus belle at our school back then, everyone knew her." Quentin Jordan smiled. "I didn't expect him to be such a prominent figure. I would really like to meet this Senior Lucinda," Kingsley said with a smile. Quentin Jordan glanced at Jeremiah and reminded Kingsley. "We also want to see her again, but, let's not talk about that. Let's eat salad." The waiter brought the salad to the table, and Quentin Jordan even got up to serve the pasta to Benjamin. "Mr. Graham, please go first." "Commander Jordan, you're too polite." Benjamin responded. "Eat the pasta," Jeremiah called out, urging them to start using their forks. Benjamin didn't hesitate either. He picked up a piece and tasted it. Sauce beef. Kingsley smelled it and thought it was good too, so he also picked up a piece and started eating. After a while, Jeremiah turned to Quentin Jordan. Jeremiah didn't know what Ethan's name was, but he knew that Ethan was Benjamin's assistant. He said to him, "Benjamin, let your assistant sit down and eat with us, don't just stand there." Chapter 1752. Benjamin nodded slightly and said to Ethan, "If Commander Hoffman asks you to sit down and eat pasta, then sit down and eat pasta. Make sure to toast Commander Hoffman properly later." "Yes, Mr. Graham." Ethan nodded and sat down next to Kingsley. The salads were served one after another. Jeremiah took the lead, raised his glass, and proposed a toast. Cheers! Everyone raised their glasses and leaned towards Jeremiah, clinking them together. Good wine, Kingsley praised with a smile. Eat more salad and don't just focus on drinking, Jeremiah reminded them. Old Jordan, you should eat more too. You look even thinner than last time I saw you. Haha, it's just been busy. There's a lot going on in the team, so I've been working overtime. Quentin Jordan smiled and clinked glasses with him, exchanging a few words. Benjamin, Jeremiah called out, and Benjamin was quietly eating his salad. Seeing that Jeremiah had spoken, Benjamin had to raise his glass and join in with them. Mr. Graham, you must have a good tolerance for alcohol. Shall we have a good drink today? Quentin Jordan didn't see Benjamin often, but they were both in Delmore, so naturally, they knew each other. Not bad, Benjamin replied and clinked glasses with him, saying, Commander Jordan, feel free. My tolerance for alcohol is not bad either. Quentin Jordan drank directly. Benjamin looked at him and followed suit. Kingsley and Ethan looked at each other, and Kingsley turned to Quentin Jordan and said, Commander Jordan, are you being a bit biased by only drinking with Benjamin? I can drink with you too, come on. Kingsley picked up his glass and sat down, conveniently sitting between Quentin Jordan and Benjamin, with a seat open next to Benjamin. My alcohol tolerance is not worse than Benjamin's, come on. Well, that's even better, let's have a few. Quentin Jordan smiled and started drinking with Kingsley. With Kingsley gone, Ethan naturally didn't want to be left out. He quickly picked up his glass and went over, first toasting Quentin Jordan. Commander Jordan, don't forget about me. It's really unexpected to see you today. It seems like we need to come out more often to gather, otherwise these younger generations won't know us. Quentin Jordan didn't know if he was joking or had another meaning as he spoke to Jeremiah. Jeremiah smiled, it's rare to come out today, so you should enjoy drinking with them. I have to go back in the afternoon, so I can't drink too much with you. Quentin Jordan clinked glasses with Ethan. Young man, what's your name? It's promising to be by Mr. Graham's side. Commander Jordan, my name is Ethan. Mr. Graham has nurtured me well, so I can at least afford to eat pasta. Ethan replied politely. Haha, you're being modest. I heard your salary is not bad, much better than us. Quentin Jordan chuckled. Ethan exchanged a glance with Benjamin. Quentin Jordan had clearly investigated them. Was it appropriate to bring up these topics right away? Money talks. It's uncomfortable to hear. We're just working, how can we compare with Commander Jordan? We're just trying to earn some hard-earned money. If the company does well, we get paid. Mr. Graham owes me several months' salary now. Ethan laughed heartily, subtly hinting to Quentin Jordan while also complaining about being broke. Quentin Jordan was surprised and looked at Benjamin, whispering a few words of advice. Mr. Graham, this is not right. How can you owe your employees money? They work hard for you, and their wages must be paid on time. Commander Jordan is right. I will transfer the money to him as soon as possible. It's just that recently the company hasn't been doing well, and we're a bit tight on funds. But we will never owe our longtime employees. Benjamin looked a bit troubled on his face, not wanting to admit it. Jeremiah glanced at him. Facing some difficulties? Chapter 1753. Several recent projects have encountered setbacks. Benjamin said calmly. Indeed, several recent projects had been snatched away, but they were all insignificant. A glint passed through Jeremiah's eyes. If he didn't know Benjamin's background, he would have believed it. Just trying to deceive Commander Jordan. If you need help, just tell me. Jeremiah was not being polite, his gaze fixed on Benjamin, showing his sincerity. Ethan's eyes lit up as he turned towards Jeremiah. That's great then. Commander Hoffman, Mr. Graham is really a good kid, we feel bad troubling you. With your words, our company can definitely overcome this difficulty. Benjamin glanced at Ethan, feeling a bit exaggerated. It all felt a bit fake to him. No problem, just speak up, if I can help, I will definitely do it. Jeremiah said as he clinked glasses with Ethan. Thank you, Commander Hoffman. Let me toast to you again. Excited, Ethan reached for the decanter, poured a glass for Jeremiah first, then for himself. This glass is to thank Commander Hoffman. Thank you, you are truly a kind person. As Ethan spoke, he held the glass, turned to put the decanter down, but as he turned back, he stumbled. The wine spilled out, coincidentally splashing onto Jeremiah's head. Everything happened so quickly, Ethan exclaimed, quickly putting down the glass and grabbing a tissue to wipe Jeremiah's head. Commander Hoffman, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. Ethan apologized as he helped Jeremiah wipe off the spilled drink, secretly pulling out a few strands of hair while Jeremiah wasn't paying attention. Benjamin, Kingsley, Quentin Jordan, Commander Hoffman, I'm sorry. Ethan looked on the verge of tears, afraid that Jeremiah would get angry. He frantically handed Jeremiah tissues to wipe his hair, while discreetly tucking the tissues back into his pocket. It's okay. Jeremiah furrowed his brows and directly stopped Ethan from continuing to wipe. This kid didn't know if he was too nervous, but if he let him continue wiping, he felt like his scalp would fall off. Seeing this, the hotel manager quickly brought a towel over. Commander Hoffman, I'm sorry, let me wipe it for you. Ethan snatched the towel from the hotel manager's hand and continued to wipe Jeremiah. It's fine, you sit down, I'll do it myself. Jeremiah dodged and took the towel to wipe himself. Fortunately, the drink only spilled on his hair, not on his clothes. However, his hair felt sticky, and Jeremiah couldn't sit still. Sorry, you guys go ahead and eat, I'll go to the restroom to clean up. Ethan stood anxiously in place, taking a few steps forward to follow. Commander Hoffman, I'm sorry, I was too impulsive. It's okay, go eat your pasta, no need to be so nervous about this little thing. Jeremiah chuckled at how flustered he was, then turned to head to the restroom. Ethan looked around, then cautiously sat back in his original seat after a while. Mr. Graham, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spill the drink just now. With Quentin Jordan present, the show must go on. Benjamin lowered his eyelids to hide his smile and spoke lightly. Why are you nervous? Commander Hoffman didn't blame you, did he? Commander Hoffman is a good person. I didn't know what happened just now. I tripped over a chair and caused trouble for Commander Hoffman. Ethan blamed himself. Ethan, you're lucky to have encountered Commander Hoffman. He is generous. If you had encountered someone with a bad temper, you would have been in big trouble. Kingsley scolded Ethan. When you toast Commander Hoffman, you should be more careful. It's not proper to be clumsy and careless. Yes, Mr. Watts is right. I will be more careful in the future. It's all my fault for being clumsy. I wanted to thank Commander Hoffman but I didn't expect. Sigh, Ethan nodded apologetically, feeling sorry for Jeremiah. Chapter 1754. It's not that serious, just an accident. Ethan didn't mean it on purpose, so stop talking about him, it's a small matter. Come, let's drink. Quentin Jordan looked at them and smiled, inviting them to drink. Commander Jordan, maybe we put too much pressure on you when we ate pasta, making us nervous. Please don't blame us. Kingsley smiled and raised his glass to continue drinking with Quentin Jordan. We're not going to eat people, so why be nervous? Quentin Jordan laughed heartily and glanced over at Benjamin. Mr. Graham is joining us too. Benjamin raised his glass and gestured towards Quentin Jordan, offering a toast. Ethan got up and apologized to Quentin Jordan before sitting back down with his glass, not daring to approach. After tidying up inside, Jeremiah came out. Commander Hoffman, I'm sorry, let me offer you another toast. Ethan stood up to apologize to Jeremiah, holding his glass but not daring to approach. Jeremiah looked at him and chuckled, you look so scared, just sit down. Yes. Ethan sat up straight, watching Jeremiah. Jeremiah sat back down, raised his glass, and gestured to Ethan from across the table. Relax and enjoy the pasta, no need to be nervous over a small matter. Thank you, Commander Hoffman. Ethan gradually relaxed and had a few more drinks with Jeremiah. Benjamin raised his glass and also toasted Jeremiah, giving Ethan a meaningful look. Ethan secretly flashed a V sign at him and continued drinking with Jeremiah. Benjamin, You drank very little today. Jeremiah, after 3 rounds of wine, looked at Benjamin. Before going out, Marissa told me to eat more salad and not drink too much alcohol, Benjamin said, pretending to be sincere. Kingsley was quite impressed, glancing between them and sensing that something was off. I see. Then you should eat more salad, or else Marissa will blame me. Jeremiah smiled and didn't insist on Benjamin drinking more. Benjamin nodded. With Quentin Jordan present, Jeremiah didn't bring up any serious matters with Benjamin. The 4 of them simply ate pasta and drank wine, chatting casually. After over an hour, they finished and came down from upstairs at the hotel entrance. Old Jordan, I'll have someone drive you back. Jeremiah turned to Quentin Jordan. No need, didn't I drive here? Don't bother, you came early, rest well and go back to Jordanongchang, Quentin Jordan said, not wanting to trouble him, and got into his car, letting the driver take off. Benjamin, Kingsley, and Ethan stood to the side, waving goodbye to Quentin Jordan. I'm leaving, let's meet up again when we have time. Quentin Jordan lowered the car window and waved to them. Benjamin nodded slightly, then looked at Jeremiah after Quentin Jordan left. Shall we go up to my place? Jeremiah gestured upstairs. No, let's talk in the car. Benjamin raised his chin slightly, not giving Jeremiah much attention. Jeremiah didn't mind and got into the car with him. Knowing they had things to discuss, Kingsley and Ethan didn't get in the car, staying put. Don't like Quentin Jordan? Jeremiah looked at Benjamin, asking straightforwardly. There were only the 2 of them in the car. Benjamin tapped his fingers on his thigh. I should say, he has hostility towards me. It's not exactly hostility. Jeremiah didn't say anything to help Quentin Jordan. He wasn't supposed to bring him along in the first place. But, I wasn't going to bring him, but he heard that I was having pasta with you, so he followed. Benjamin glanced at Jeremiah. Do you suspect him? Jeremiah smirked. Although there's nothing on the surface with the pasta, Quentin Jordan is close to the Lewitt family. Benjamin's eyes changed. He understood. Arch rivals. You and the Lewitt family don't get along, is it? Because of Lucinda? Jeremiah hesitated for a moment, but didn't deny it. That's part of the reason. Benjamin stared at him for a moment before saying, Are you here to test Quentin Jordan? If Quentin Jordan was with the Lewitt family, Jeremiah wouldn't have come over without making a move. You don't miss a thing. Jeremiah praised. Benjamin didn't say anything else. Jeremiah looked at him, able to keep his cool. Chapter 1755. The Security Bureau has already started deploying. What about your side? Jeremiah was the first to speak. After all, he was the one asking for help. I can investigate on my end, but, what's in it for me? Benjamin turned to look at Jeremiah, his gaze firm. He wouldn't do a losing deal, helping Jeremiah for free. Jeremiah furrowed his brows. Aren't you a member of the Security Bureau? But my people aren't. Benjamin snorted lightly. Jeremiah could see that Benjamin might be even more difficult to deal with than the Security Bureau. Well, what are your conditions then? As long as you help me this time, I will agree to whatever you ask for. Jeremiah was feeling the pressure now. There were many things that his side might not be able to investigate. Benjamin had not agreed to help him before. Now, what did he want? Commander Hoffman, you're straightforward. I can promise you now, I will start the investigation, and I will tell you the conditions later. Benjamin didn't need Jeremiah to agree right away. Jeremiah looked at him, realizing how cunning he was. All right. Jeremiah wasn't afraid of him asking for too much. They were both sensible people. I also need your people to cooperate with me. Benjamin stared at Jeremiah. I need someone who will be absolutely loyal to you. 2 names flashed through Jeremiah's mind. I'll have Justin cooperate with you. I don't need Justin. Find someone else. Benjamin rejected directly. In Benjamin's eyes, Justin was not trustworthy. He didn't want him. Jeremiah frowned slightly. Justin was his nephew, and it was impossible for him to betray him. But Benjamin did not accept that, so he had to find someone else. Kevin Lewitt. Benjamin raised an eyebrow in confusion. A member of the Lewitt family. No, he is a brother recommended by Lucinda. He has been by my side for many years, and I trust him. He has no connection to the Lewitt family. However, Kevin Lewitt was not in the military, he just managed the family business for him and helped him with some tricky issues. He is currently helping me manage the business and is also in Delmore. I will have him cooperate with you. A hint of understanding flashed in Benjamin's eyes. It seemed that Jeremiah had his back. This Kevin Lewitt was the one behind the scenes managing the Hoffman family business. They had previously thought it was Justin, but they were well aware of what kind of person Justin was. Justin definitely did not have the ability to support the vast Hoffman family business. Although Jeremiah had intentions to cultivate him, he still needed to see if this person had the potential. Here is Kevin Lewitt's contact information. I will have him contact you later. Jeremiah handed Benjamin a business card. Benjamin took it and glanced at it. Chairman of a grain and oil company. Quite small and inconspicuous. He had to investigate this person further. His family used to be in Fengcheng, and their business was doing well, but it was maliciously suppressed and bankrupted later. After coming to the capital to make a living, he met Lucinda. His family is in the food business, so if you investigate, you can still find information. Jeremiah also guessed what he would do next and briefed him on Kevin Lewitt's situation. Benjamin nodded. I will contact him if needed. The Lewitt family may try to win you over. Jeremiah knew the methods of the Lewitt family. They not only intervened in politics, but also the big shots in the economic circle would not be left out. Previously, it was the business district of the imperial capital. Next, it should be Delmore's turn. It would be best to bring them into their camp, but for those who cannot be won over, the Lewitt family would not make it easy for them. They would try every means to make things difficult for you. No one dared to oppose the Lewitt family. In politics, the only one who could compete with them now is Jeremiah, but he has also been given a lot of trouble by the Lewitt family. In the business world, there are only a few like Benjamin, the Watts residents, and the Bailey family who have not taken sides. They are definitely the targets that the Lewitt family wants to win over. With Luo Kaiyuan falling from grace, the Lewitt family may not spare you either. Be careful. Jeremiah had his men catch Benjamin, which was also a way to confuse the other party. Let them know he is not on good terms with Benjamin. Chapter 1756. I know, if Benjamin really feared the Lewitt family, he wouldn't have laid a hand on Luo Kaiyuan. If anyone dared to mess with his honey, even if it was the Lewitt family, he wouldn't let them off easily. Jeremiah looked at him and suddenly said, I'll be back around 7 in the afternoon. I want to go to your house to see Arissa and those few children. Benjamin's eyes flickered, and he directly refused. You better not go, especially during this special period. It wasn't because he was afraid of trouble, but he didn't want Jeremiah to get too close to Arissa and the children. He also didn't want her to be in a dangerous situation. Jeremiah was taken aback. After thinking about it, what Benjamin said made sense. It would be better if they didn't get too close. It wouldn't be good if the Lewitt family kept an eye on them. If there's any situation, we'll contact each other by phone, Jeremiah said to him before opening the car door and getting out. Benjamin, who do you think you are? How dare you talk to me like that? Do you think I, Jeremiah, am afraid of you? Benjamin raised an eyebrow, glanced at the furious Jeremiah, and suddenly felt a surge of anger. Kingsley and Ethan were both stunned. What did they say in the car to make Jeremiah so angry? Damn, you ungrateful thing. Jeremiah snorted angrily and walked into the hotel lobby. Kingsley and Ethan looked at each other, not knowing what was going on, and quickly got into the car. Benjamin, did you have a falling out with Jeremiah? Mr. Graham, what did you guys say? Kingsley and Ethan spoke in unison, both looking at Benjamin, but Benjamin didn't seem to mind at all. They exchanged a glance. Go back. Benjamin only said this. Before getting off the car, Jeremiah was still talking to him in a friendly manner, but as soon as he got off the car, he changed completely, obviously putting on a show for others. Ethan and Kingsley exchanged another glance, then quickly called the bodyguard to drive them back. What's going on? Jeremiah scolded you like that, and you're not angry. Kingsley was full of doubts, staring at Benjamin intently. It's just an act. After thinking for a moment, Kingsley understood. I thought he was really scolding you. I almost scolded back. Benjamin. Ethan smiled. Just now he also thought Jeremiah was really scolding Mr. Graham. Look into this person's background later. Benjamin handed the business card to both of them. Kevin Lewitt, chairman of a grain and oil company. Haha, what kind of company is this? Still on Street 6 in the East City Market. Kingsley tossed it to Ethan. That's a remote place. This is one of Jeremiah's men. Investigate thoroughly. If he's reliable, he will cooperate with our investigation in the future. Benjamin explained to them. Understood, Mr. Graham, I'll investigate when I get back. Ethan noted the address. He would go there to investigate in person. Okay, Benjamin responded. Turning to Kingsley, he said, in the future, you will contact this person in secret. Don't let the people from the Lewitt family notice. Jack went to the base. You and Jack are responsible for this matter. Cooperate with each other in investigating secretly. The Lewitt family might be watching him, but Kingsley might not be. He didn't take over the Watts residence industry, and he was just a playboy who enjoyed eating, drinking, and having fun. It's easy to confuse the other party. Did you find out that it was the Lewitt family? Kingsley widened his eyes. No evidence yet, but the suspicion is high. Benjamin glanced at him. Today is the Kingming Festival, and it's also someone from the Lewitt family. We can start with him. I knew it. No wonder he speaks in a sarcastic tone. I just don't like him. Kingsley spat a few times. What a jerk. Relying on his power, looking down on us doing business. If he's a clean father, I admire him. If not, I'll make him pay. Getting evidence is the most important thing. Benjamin interrupted him. This guy is always making a fuss. Chapter 1757. Got it, boss. Kingsley quickly shut up. Did you get the stuff? Benjamin asked Ethan. Ethan took out a tissue from his pocket, with a few strands of hair wrapped inside. I got it, Mr. Graham. What stuff? Kingsley was curious and leaned in, but before he could see clearly, Ethan put it back into the file bag. It's a secret, Ethan deliberately replied without telling him. Isn't this just a tissue? What's inside? Kingsley looked at him strangely, but Ethan didn't say anything, so he turned to Benjamin. Benjamin didn't seem to have any intention of telling him either. You two are so secretive. I saw it when you were eating pasta. And Ethan, you've always been a cautious person. Today, when you toasted Jeremiah, you actually spilled the wine on his head. It's definitely not simple. You must have done something. Kingsley's eyes rolled, suddenly remembering, is that tissue for wiping Jeremiah's hair? Why are you using it? Ethan chuckled. Benjamin glanced at Ethan and said inexplicably, you went a bit overboard today. Luckily, Jeremiah didn't notice. At that moment, even Benjamin was stunned, not expecting Ethan to be so straightforward. They could have taken a fork or cup that Jeremiah used, but Ethan went straight for his hair. In order not to arouse suspicion from Jeremiah, Ethan went all out. Hee hee. Ethan chuckled. Mr. Graham, as long as it gets the job done, how else am I supposed to get it? You could use something else. Benjamin's mouth twitched. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Ethan realized that DNA doesn't have to come from hair. Kingsley looked at the two of them. What's going on? Can someone fill me in? Stop talking. Benjamin glared at him. Kingsley felt wronged. Aaron, you're being too harsh. I'm just curious, can't I ask questions? You're treating me like an outsider. Veins bulged on Benjamin's forehead. Mr. Watts, I just plucked some of Jeremiah's hair. Ethan quickly explained to Kingsley, seeing Benjamin getting annoyed by him. Otherwise, it would never end. What are you going to do with Jeremiah's hair? Kingsley was straightforward. If it didn't require much thinking, he wouldn't bother. Benjamin remained silent. Ethan was speechless too. What else could they do with the hair? Take it back as a keepsake. Kingsley's eyes darted between them, and after a while, he finally understood. Are you planning to do a DNA authentication test between Jeremiah and Arissa? If that's the case, why sneak around? Just do it openly. Ethan didn't want to speak. Mr. Graham instructed him to do it discreetly for a reason. Don't you want to establish a relationship with Jeremiah? Kingsley turned to Benjamin, looking shocked. If Arissa is Jeremiah's biological daughter, it would be a big deal. And Benjamin is doing it secretly. Whether or not they have a relationship, it's none of your business if Jeremiah recognizes Arissa. Benjamin gave him a dismissive look. If Arissa wanted to acknowledge it, he wouldn't stop her, but if she didn't want to, he would support her. Everything would wait until the results were out. Right now, it was still too early to tell. I think Jeremiah treats Arissa pretty well. If it's his child, it should be good. Kingsley, as a bystander, could see things clearly. But, if Jeremiah suspects that Arissa is his child, why doesn't he authenticate with her? Does he also think that Arissa might not be his child after all? Kingsley couldn't help but speculate further. You can go ask Jeremiah about all this. Benjamin didn't care about what Jeremiah thought. What mattered most was what Honey thought. Kingsley chuckled. Aaron, do you really want me to ask Jeremiah? Or should I just call him now? Benjamin rolled his eyes at him. Noisy. Chapter 1758. On the way back to the company, Kingsley dared not speak. Getting off the car with Benjamin, he secretly breathed a sigh of relief, feeling stifled. Seeing his exaggerated expression, Ethan couldn't help but laugh. Mr. Watts is also cute, right? Mr. Watts, aren't you going back? Ethan reminded Kingsley that Arissa would be coming over soon. Just go do whatever you need to do. Don't disturb Mr. Graham and Arissa here, Ethan said. Kingsley glanced at him sideways. Why go back so early? I'll go back later. Ethan smiled and followed Benjamin to the top floor to report some work. Ethan then started investigating the background of Kevin Lewitt. Kingsley chatted with Benjamin in detail. Arissa finally arrived. She had been playing chess with Darius at the hospital, and when Darius got sleepy, she came over. Jasper and the others followed. The people in the company were all amazed to see the 6 cute little ones. Everyone rushed to play with them. After lingering downstairs for a while, they finally went upstairs. Daddy. Gavin led Zachary and Jesse into Benjamin's office. Benjamin's eyes flashed as he looked towards the door and saw them, raising an eyebrow. Where's Mommy? The 6 kids exchanged glances and made a frustrated expression. Deduct points. He doesn't even want to see us. Kingsley couldn't help but burst into laughter. Benjamin smiled, got up, and walked over, ruffling their little heads. We wanted to see you, but Mommy didn't come. Benjamin looked towards the door again, unable to resist asking. 6-year-old children pouted and made an angry face as he walked over to Kingsley. How did you guys get here? Kingsley greeted them, holding Jasper in his arms and looking smugly at Benjamin. Benjamin touched his nose, realizing he had offended the children. Who brought you guys here? Have you had lunch yet? Benjamin asked in a different tone, wondering if Arissa had not come and the children had run over. We've eaten, Timothy couldn't help but reply. Benjamin chuckled indulgently and ruffled Jasper's head. I miss old Mr. Graham, Jesse said as they snuggled up to Kingsley, teasingly. We miss old Mr. Graham, are you free? Can we go watch a movie? Zachary asked Kingsley, ignoring Benjamin. I'm free, I can take you to the movies now. What do you want to watch? Kingsley said as he took out his phone. There are some good animated movies out recently, let's watch one of those. Oliver suggested with a smile. Sure, no problem. We can watch one movie and then another. Kingsley agreed. Did you guys come to see Kingsley? Benjamin's gaze shifted back and forth between the children, unsure if they were trying to be cute with him. Mr. Graham's gaze still lingered at the door, not seeing that graceful figure. Did she not come with the children? Yeah. Zachary glanced at him sideways. Are you implying that we came to see you? Jasper was also quite proud. Benjamin was at a loss for words and didn't bother to argue with him. When Daddy sees you guys, all the tiredness of the day disappears. Who brought you here? Gavin's eyes rolled around. Anyway, it's not Mommy. Benjamin smiled. I'll give Mommy a call, she said she's on her way. The others ignored him and started chatting with Kingsley. Benjamin dialed Arissa's phone, but a familiar ringtone came from the door. Arissa peeked in, smiling at him. Hey there, Benjamin's eyes sparkled with a smile as he walked towards her. I thought you hadn't come yet. I've been here for a while. Orissa's eyes twinkled mischievously, wanting to see if Benjamin would get worried if he didn't see her. But when Benjamin saw the children, he immediately asked her, and Orissa's heart felt warm. Chapter 1759. Are you hiding at the door, trying to surprise me? Benjamin pulled her hand and walked back to the office. Orissa smiled. Did I hide well? Very well, I didn't even notice. Benjamin laughed, admitting that he really didn't see her at the door. Orissa was happy and greeted Kingsley. Mr. Watts is here too, what brings you here? I came this morning, went out for pasta with Aaron, just got back a while ago. Kingsley smiled and responded, receiving a hint from Benjamin's eyes not to mention eating pasta with Jeremiah and the others to Orissa. So you went out for pasta with him? I thought he was entertaining. Orissa sniffed Benjamin, not too strong of a smell of alcohol. Just had pasta, had a few glasses of red wine. Benjamin led her to his desk and let her sit on his big chair. He squatted down and changed her into a pair of slippers. Orissa's heart fluttered, her face full of happiness. When did you buy these? She looked at the new slippers on her feet. They were very comfortable to wear. Even more comfortable than the flat shoes she had sent over. I bought them a while ago. You didn't come over, so you didn't notice. Benjamin placed her shoes in a corner of the desk and went to wash his hands. Orissa sat there, looking at Mr. Graham's desk, which was still piled with a lot of files. Was she disturbing him from his work by coming over? Kingsley looked at Orissa. Orissa, do you want to go watch a movie? I'm taking Gavin and the others to see a movie now. I'm not going, you guys go ahead. Orissa waved her hand. She had just arrived, and someone definitely wouldn't agree. Then we're off, Kingsley said to her. Okay, Orissa reassured. Mommy, we're leaving, bye. Bye, Mommy. Jasper and the others waved to Orissa. Orissa smiled as she watched them leave. They had only been here for a short while before leaving. Follow Mr. Watts. Don't run around, be safe. We know. Jasper responded to her from behind and followed Kingsley. Benjamin came out and happened to see the children leaving. The children seemed to sense Daddy's gaze and all turned back to make faces at him before bouncing away. Seeing the children being so mischievous, Orissa smiled. Benjamin's phoenix eyes also flashed with a smile. Benjamin walked to the edge of the big chair, pulled Orissa up, and then hugged her as they sat down. Orissa sat directly on his lap, his big hand gently resting on her belly. Have Jasper and the others been good today? Orissa nodded. Yes, they were very good. And what about you? Benjamin leaned in, kissing her on the face. Her body exuded a charming fragrance, very enticing. I've been good too. How am I not good? Orissa hugged his neck, smiling at Benjamin. Benjamin was dressed in a suit, handsome and extraordinary. His sharp features were captivating. Benjamin gazed deeply at her. The charming little woman made him want to pamper her now. He held the back of her head and kissed her, dominantly exploring the sweetness in her mouth. Entangled, Orissa was kissed breathlessly, her small hand grabbing his chest. Benjamin's hand also moved up. Orissa quickly grabbed his hand and dodged. Benjamin didn't go any further, just indulged in touching. He didn't let go until Orissa's ears turned red from the kiss. Orissa leaned against him, breathing heavily. She whispered softly, "This is the office, it's not good if someone comes in and sees us, right?" The door was still open. Benjamin smirked, his smile devilish. He whispered in her ear, "Ethan is out running errands, it's just the two of us on this floor." Orissa pursed her lips. That's still not good, someone could still come in unexpectedly. Ethan is not here, there are still other colleagues in the company. I can hear if someone is coming. Benjamin kissed her earlobe again. Chapter 1760. Orissa's eyes flickered as she looked at Benjamin without a hint of worry, smiling. I should have gone to the movies with Mr. Watts earlier. Benjamin frowned, his gaze strong. If you dare to go to the movies with him, I'll make sure you stay in bed for months. Orissa chuckled, patting her stomach, feeling confident with the weight she carried. Benjamin's eyes deepened as he lifted her chin. Do you think just because you're pregnant, I won't touch you? Have you forgotten about last night? Orissa blushed, gently pushing Benjamin away. You rascal. Ha ha. Benjamin looked at her blushing face. Do you think I can't handle you? Alright, I get it, you're the best. Orissa huffed and turned her face away. Benjamin affectionately pinched her cheek. He kissed her on the cheek again. Did you come from the hospital? Yes. Orissa's watery eyes looked at him as she updated him on Darius's condition. Dad is feeling much better today than yesterday. He wanted to go back today, but I didn't let him leave the hospital. Darius is stubborn, he won't stay even if you ask him to. Let him stay a few more days. Benjamin thought about visiting the hospital later. Last night, some people from Mr. Graham's side went to the hospital to see the old Mr. Old Mr. Graham said the old Mr. was really upset. Orissa updated him on the happenings at home, keeping him informed. Benjamin frowned, a hint of fierceness in his eyes. They really can't sit still, huh? I went with Grand Aunt and Mr. Whitley to see Dad last night, and Dad has calmed down now. Benjamin looked at her. You went back and forth twice. He remembered that she and Kingsley had visited Darius before. Yeah, just got home for a while, heard they went over, so we went to accompany Dad for a while. Since you were not at home, I was worried being alone at home. Orissa straightened his collar. You worry too much, aren't you tired of going back and forth? Benjamin touched her head lovingly. In the future, call before going, only go if necessary. Darius is not a fragile person. Orissa chuckled. If Dad hears you say that, he'll be mad. I didn't say anything bad about him, did I? Benjamin raised an eyebrow. Orissa smiled. You better get back to work, I'll sit over there. She pointed to the chair on the other side of the desk. Sit here. Benjamin hugged her, moved the computer, and started replying to emails and working on the pasta file. Orissa blushed, glanced at him. How can you work if I sit on your lap? Isn't this still working? Benjamin held her between himself and the desk, his eyes fixed on the computer screen, not delaying at all. If a manager comes to find you, your image will be ruined. Orissa advised him, wanting him to focus on work. I'm holding my honey, it's not illegal. Benjamin snorted, not letting her go. Orissa sighed softly and obediently sat in his arms. He was busy working, so she took out her phone to browse. Bradley didn't call her today. She wondered if he was too busy or something else. Just as she was thinking about it, Bradley sent her a video. Orissa was happy and quickly opened it to watch. To avoid disturbing Mr. Graham, she put on her Bluetooth earphones. Boss, take a look at the training ground we have. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Bradley said in the video. Dressed in camouflage gear with all the equipment, Bradley's whole demeanor had changed. So handsome, Orissa complimented with a smile. Benjamin's phoenix eyes flashed as he took the phone from the computer screen and moved closer to her. He pursed his lips. Mr. Graham was jealous.